All right. So, all right. So this draft class. Oh my God. Okay. So I meant what I said in my shorts. I until until the Giants fix the scouting department that they have. I don't know who's in charge of picking or scouting these players, but they're they've done a terrible job. Okay. I know everybody's hyped about Malik Neighbors and all this, but he can only do so much. It's not like he can play defense. It's not like he can play free safety or cornerback or defensive tackle. His responsibility is catching the ball, making plays, and making touchdowns. All right. If you see what transpired when we had Odell, Odell was picked number 12. Obviously, he slid down. He slid down a bit, right? We should have picked Mike Evans, but I wanted Mike Evans, but the Giants obviously chose Odell Beckham Jr. And you saw what happened. Obviously Odell Beckham Jr. Went on to have a subpar year with us. The one time he did make the playoffs, he wet the bed, you know, and he obviously had to go somewhere else to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect anything out of Malik Neighbors because Daniel Jones has to go. His rookie year, I gave him a pass. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really buy into the pick when we picked him. I think we could have gone another direction at quarterback, but obviously, the general manager at the time was Dave Gettleman. So, I mean, you can't really fault Joe Shane for that. You know what I'm saying? But you can blame you can blame Joe Shane for handcuffing Daniel Jones. When I mean by handcuffing, I mean giving him that much money knowing that he wasn't that good. Now you don't want to bring another quarterback in and he has to sit down and learn your system, or not really here, and learn Brian Dable's system all over again. And I'm not saying that he's slow in processing stuff. I'm pretty sure if you put any quarterback in this situation, they'll process more faster than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not good in big time games. Every time it's a prime time game, he wet the bed. Outside of that one playoff win that we had, the Vikings defense was bad all year long. If you go back and look at the Vikings defense that year, they were bad. The only reason why the only reason why the Vikings defense wasn't really talked about so much was because their offense was so potent. Their offense was just, keeping them in games. You know what I'm saying? But it showed in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, and then after that, he went on to Philly, and then obviously he got, his butt smacked. Well, oh God, that sounded so wrong. He lost. I would probably say that way. He lost. So 10 years ago, we drafted Odell Beckham Jr. 10 years later, same situation. He'll probably win Rookie of the Year if he doesn't have any injury bug like Odell did. Obviously Odell missed the first 4 or 5 games of the season, and he still took off and won Rookie of the Year. He didn't really put out that many touchdowns. He only had 12 touchdowns. His first 3 seasons he had opposite numbers. He had more receptions than yards, and then he had more yards than receptions. And then his last 2 years, he just had a down year. I think his last year he only had 6 touchdowns. So I'm not really blaming Odell because obviously the team wasn't good enough. The team was not good. Even when we made the playoffs, we got shredded against the Packers 38-13. You know, he was dropping passes. Victor Cruz was dropping passes. Sterling Shepard was dropping passes. So that team was just not good. Our defense obviously was the key, was the glue to our success, not the offense. You know, but it's the same old story, man. I mean, I don't know how people don't realize what's going on. You know, like yeah, a lot of people are hyped. You know, they're like there are most Giants fans that's mad because you know this was the time in the moment to draft a quarterback. You know, like there ain't no freaking reach for what? You know, you drafting the quarterback. You know, like I'm pretty sure out of six of these quarterbacks, they're probably all better than Daniel Jones. Probably three. I will probably say three. Three of them are better than Daniel Jones right now at processing and doing all the right reads and just intangibles, you know. But when we have a shitty GM that don't know what he's doing, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. So now we stuck with Daniel Jones for the next 2 years. Because we signed him to a 4-year deal, so he's basically serving he's only serving 2 years, and after that he's a free agent. Or whether or not we want to pick up his option or just let him test free agency, and then we're going to be in rock bottom because we don't know when the next crop of quarterbacks like this is going to be available. It might probably take 2027 for them to duplicate what they did today. You know what I'm saying? Because not every year, you know, you get like 4 or 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the draft. You know, you might get 1 or 2, you know what I'm saying? But we would have to be extremely bad for us to be in that position. And when we won those last remaining games, I knew that we was going to slide down. Because at first, when we went like 0 and what, 4, we were sitting perfectly at number 3. You know, I'm pretty sure if we were sitting at number 3, Drake May would have fell to us. You know, Drake not really fell to us, but Drake May, we would have drafted Drake May if, you know, we would still have that 3rd pick. But since we won so much, we slid down more, and we slid down more, and we slid down more. So picking at number 6 was obviously a no-brainer. Well, not really picking at number 6, but picking Malik Neighbors was obviously a must. You know, every mock draft had Malik Neighbors falling at number 6. I wanted Roma Doomsday. I think he was a big body, clean, don't really have anything off the field, don't have off the field issues. I'm not saying that Malik Neighbors have off the field issues, but being an LSU fan, them Louisiana boys play different. You know, they act different. You know, they showboat a lot. You know, I mean, I think that's how they express themselves. You know what I'm saying? Swag. You know, but that doesn't necessarily equal the wins. You know, or they don't automatically equal success. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you look back at that draft class, that 2024 or that 2014 draft class 10 years ago, it was a bad draft class. It was a very bad draft class. I mean, we drafted Nate Burhay, Andre Williams had some flashes. We drafted a center in the second round, Richburg. You know, he was you know, he's like it was bad, man. It was bad. The only person who shined was obviously Odell. You know, so history will repeat itself. You know, 10 years ago, 10 years now, history is going to repeat itself. You know, he might probably win Rookie of the Year, or he will win Rookie of the Year, depending on how, you know, fast, you know, he starts. You know, you don't start your number 1 pick, you know, oh, he's going to have to fight for playing time. F that. You know, you picked him, he's going to play immediately. There's no, oh, he has to earn his reps. Like, no, he's the number one pick for a reason, you know. But for me, like I said again, I wanted a Doomsday. We didn't get him. Same shit that always happens. We pass needs for once. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, the Doomsday wasn't really the fastest, but, just his frame, he has great hands, great separation, Like I said, man, this is Odell all over again. All over again. Now, the rest of the draft picks, mostly them, I mean, most of them were on defense. We drafted a cornerback, a tight end, or actually one of them was on off. Two of them are on offense, two of them are on defense. We don't really have that much capital. We don't even have our seventh round pick. But we're going to sign a lot of undrafted free agents when this draft is over. So we only got 2 more picks left. So I'm pretty sure we might probably take like a guard or a tackle or offensive lineman. And then after that, with the 6th pick, we might probably take a flyer on the running back, But, you can't really question these picks until they hit the field, all these draft grades that they handing out, I don't really buy. Giving them a B and A's and all this other junk. Like, until they hit the field, that's when they're truly tested. But for me, I'm giving this draft. I'm giving this New York draft class a D plus. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The Giants didn't address nothing. They adjusted the running. They adjusted the wide receiver and the cornerback. That's it. They didn't address what they needed to address. And I liked it, Blake from the running back from Michigan. I thought he was gonna fall to us, which he did, but obviously we wound up taking him. You know what I'm saying? He fell to the LA Rams, which obviously that's a huge pickup for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but like I said, man, you just have to have a knack of talent. You just have to have that seeing eye. Just because we're in a big market doesn't mean we draft well. The Giants always have a piss poor draft. Not always, but sometimes, like they don't necessarily hit picks out the park like you think they should, I mean, you look at the Chiefs, you look at the Ravens, you look at the Patriots, the Packers, the 49ers. They consistently pick players that fit what they're looking for. Like, why would you pick a receiver knowing that you have quarterback issues? You could have picked a receiver in the 2nd round. It don't have to be a flashy receiver. Odell was a flashy receiver. Didn't work out. Malik Neighbors, 4 years from now, he's probably not going to work out. We're probably going to end up trading him sooner rather than later, or sooner rather than later, we're going to wind up trading him. Because a wide receiver does not push this team. It's a complementary piece, don't get me wrong, but you need somebody to throw it to. And I'm not saying that Daniel Jones don't have the accuracy to throw it. He's just too inconsistent, Like, when he went down, I said, damn it, we're done. We're done. Because he was playing well. He got hurt, and then I guess the Raiders or the Bears game, he came back, and then he hurt himself again. So they just shut him down. Like, why would you... I don't know if he was medically cleared. Maybe he was medically cleared to come back, because I don't think they would send him out there hurt. So maybe he was medically cleared, and then he came back, and then he got hurt again. So this time it's his neck. And we all know how Peyton Manning set out the whole entire year, came back, and then the Colts wind up shipping him off to Denver, them getting the first round pick, picking Andrew Luck, even though they didn't amount to anything with Andrew Luck because he retired so soon, so early. But I mean, and then obviously Peyton Manning went to Denver, and then obviously went on to win the Super Bowl, and then he obviously retired. But you cannot pass up on these quarterbacks because you don't know. You don't know if all of them are going to pan out. You don't know if three of them are going to pan out. You don't know if four of them is going to pan out. You know. Now, obviously, that 2012 draft class, RG3 and Andrew Luck didn't pan out, obviously, with their respective teams. So both of them mismanaged that situation. And I'm not saying that, like Andrew Luck went to a team with a bad O-line. RG3 went to a team with a dysfunctional franchise. Even though they had great players around him, I mean, obviously he won Rookie of the Year. He pushed his teams to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, RG3 did some spectacular things while he was there, but it just didn't equal success. So if people want to say, "Oh, he wasn't a reach," I mean, hell, man, you have to take chances. You have to take chances in life, man. If you don't take chances in life, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to succeed. I'm not saying that take chances all the time, but knowing that next year's draft is not even quarterback heavy, there might probably be two or one quarterback in this draft, next year's draft, that's gonna possibly pop. Like, we don't know if I mean, I'm not gonna say we don't know, but we may not see this type of production for the next 3 years, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just common sense. Giants fans know. They just in their feelings right now because they think Malik Neighbors is going to come in here and rescue us. No, he's not. He's going to do him. He's going to get his numbers. He's going to get his touchdowns. And then we're going to be sitting in the bottom of the barrel like always. Right? Just saying. Just saying. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And as you can see, the shit is still in the trash. I didn't pick it up. Still in the trash.